Morning YTPC, Smoking Fred coming at you. Got a quick little, well, I think it'll be a quick video. None of mine are quick. This is probably going to be longer than normal. This is a recap of the Columbus Pipe Show I was at last weekend. I meant to get to this sooner, but just hadn't gotten around to it yet. So, some of my thoughts and whatnot, and haven't packed a pipe yet because I've got a sample that, what was his name? Eric Karlofsky gave me some blend he calls Double Fudge Brownie. It's a Virginia and Perique. It's got two kinds of Perique in it pressed into a cake. He happened to just cut this one into flakes for ease of use at the show. So I've got a mat here. I'm going to rub a little bit out and pack a pipe and do a review on it. It's not my first smoke of it. I had a tiny little bit of it at the show. So I do have some idea what it's like. And today I'm going to be smoking a Eagle Claw with a little owl meerschaum. This is from M Clipchamp. He makes some fantastic pipes. I've got a couple in my collection from him. This blend is 87% Perique, according to Eric. He's does some custom tobacco blends and whatnot. He doesn't really sell them per se, but if you want to reach out to him on his Instagram, you can. I'll put a link in the description to his Instagram. But seems to be a genuinely good guy. He was up front with me after I talked about I was a YouTuber, and there's another gentleman there, Tracy, and Tracy has a YouTube channel. He's watched some of my content, so he was telling Eric about my YouTube channel. So, but Eric was interested in getting some reviews, possibly from me on YouTube content. So, said more than happy to. So we connected up on Instagram, and haven't heard from him since. But you know, it's only been a week, and pipe shows are kind of hectic. So it's amazing what you can forget. I almost forgot Tracy's. Well, I did forget Tracy's name, and had to go back and look him up. But shout out to you, Tracy. Good chats, brother. I'll tag you in this video, and I know you've put some stuff out, but it's been a bit. You know, no worries about that, man. Only put out content when you're really feeling like it. But anywho, back with this Double Fudge Brownie, smelling it in the bag, the tin note. It truly does smell like a fudge brownie. And in cake format, it definitely looks like a fudge brownie. I just want to grab a bite of it and enjoy it. And I apologize, I had planned on trying to do this out where it was a little sunnier at the end of the dock, but the wind is just too strong, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get my pipe lit. One of the fun things about these carved mirrors is every now and again you get a little piece of tobacco stuck into one of the grooves. Looks like I got at least enough for one more pipe of this later. That's a nice little treat. One of the interesting things for me about Perique blends, especially Virginia Periques, is depending on how fast I smoke them, changes the flavor profile a bit. If I smoke them fast, I tend to get more of that strong Virginia. If I smoke it slow, I get a little bit more of the spiciness comes to the front. But anyway, get my lighter out and get this lit. Not fully prepared. Apologizing, this wind is a little tricky. joint is a bit of a double-edged sword. Tough to get it lit, but once you do get it lit, it can just let it take off. There we go. I think I might have it good, going good now. It is a nice blend. I find it to be rather smooth, but I also love me some freaks. Smoke Bayou morning, Bayou night, and then I also got some exclusive, which the Bayou ones I think are only about 25% freak. Exclusive is around 50, and then this one's a lot more than that. Kicking myself for not bringing down my regular Zippo. But as I stated in the other video when I talked briefly about life experiences, my trip to the show was short. I was only there for Friday afternoon and evening, night. But did meet quite a few people while I was there. Saw some friends that I've made online and also at previous shows. And it's nice to reinforce those friendships. Some of the folks that I met there, I had some chats with Rob and then Tracy, as I mentioned. We had some nice chats. Laurent Pipes was also sitting at my table, and he had shared some tobacco he had made named Revolver, which is another vapor. It's not quite as strong on the freak as this, but it was definitely a good and smooth blend. I enjoyed a bowl of that while chatting with him. Another gentleman named Frank was sitting to my left. We had some nice long chats. Maybe we'll keep her lit now. I don't know. I'm just glad I never worried about relights. But seeing the aged tobacco, the new tobacco, the rare tobacco that's there, I mean, I wasn't really looking for any small batch blends. I kind of wish I would have picked up some Sun Bear Tupelo. But I knew there was a new Sun Bear coming out. I didn't realize it wasn't going to be Tupelo, that it was going to be Black Locust. I probably should have paid more attention, but I'm planning to be at the Richmond show in about a month. So I'll probably be able to pick some up there. But there's almost any kind of tobacco there you could want. I didn't see any of the gold esoterica stuff around. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. I don't know, but I did see lots of aged stuff, some Frogmorton and other McClellan blends. I saw a handful of them around. a lot of other small batch blends. I wasn't there for the tobacco. I was just there for hanging out with people and seeing if anything caught my eye. And to stick within my budget. That's the toughest part of these shows, is to stick within your budget. So if you're going to go to one of them, figure out what you have. It's just like anything else. If you're going to be gambling, it's for fun, and know your limits. I'm going to try a different lighter. Zippo with a Thunderbird insert. Also, while I was at the show, some of the people I hung out with or stopped by their tables and talked to were Ben Smith from Redeem Pipes. I bought way too many pipes from him so far, but he's always got an awesome selection. And he's genuinely a good guy. Get your stuff out to you fast. He's got layaway options. Highly recommend checking him out. Best way to follow him is on Instagram or Facebook. Also, I met Tim West and chatted with him. I just recently picked up an estate pipe of Tim's from 2002, and he was able to identify when it was made and whatnot, and verify it was a genuine article of his. And then I also met another Tim from Papa Bear's Pipes, and he had some gorgeous pipes there. None of them jumped out at me and said this is mine, but I talked to a few people who had great things to say about him. I love his podcast, which is Pipe and Tobacco Talk with Jim from Emerson Southern Forge, who makes some custom tobacco blends. Their podcast is a lot of nonsense and talking and whatnot, but I rather enjoy it. And then I also saw Nate King, excellent pipe maker. Didn't end up picking up anything from him. And then also I saw Stacy from Mahiran Bespoke Works. I had picked this up from her at Muletown. It's a little pipe and cigar rest. And chatted with her for a bit. It was good to see her. I know her quite well from the Galactic Get Piped Pipe Club Discord. A great place to go hang out, especially for introverts, and you can just interact as little or as much as you want with other pipers. But anywho, like I said in the other video, and again probably already in this one, if you haven't been to a pipe show, it's great to go there. Oh, I also met Greg the Tunnel Take and Uncle Leo from the Discord. And Greg, good meeting you, brother. I'm going to start off with something he got for me. Totally unexpected, but he handed me this box. Nicely wrapped up. His pipe lighter. Got your check tool type tools built into it. Little slider on the side. And I filled it up with butane because I happen to have spare butane with me because I try to be a good Boy Scout and be prepared. and I could not get this thing to light. Hear it clicking, could see the light going, the spark. See, it doesn't go off. This one was turned up to 1,000. And I know someone else who got one of these from Greg. Had the same issue. And I'm not able to adjust that. It's got a little plastic crown down there, but when I try to adjust it, the plastic just looks like it's going to bend. So I got to dig a little deeper into that. Got her adjusted. There was this little plastic crown on it, but the adjuster is just way too tight to use that. So I took it apart and pulled it off. Probably can't see it because it's focusing on me, but there's just a little spot for a slotted screwdriver. So now that I got her adjusted, shouldn't need to adjust it too much, but only a quarter turn went from a flame from here down to there. So thanks, Greg. Another tool for my arsenal. On to the pipes that I bought. This one is a berry that I picked up from Richard at Mad Pipes. Try to shine some light on that with my little flashlight so you can see it a little bit better. I've got some other pictures I'll put in here as well, but this one's a I call it a Dublin, bent Dublin. But I love me some thick pipes. Nice thick walls. But it's a nice Danish straight grain. Got some decent bird's eye on top. It was a used pipe, state pipe that he had cleaned up. That one was one I was afraid wasn't going to be there. I walked around every place in the show and then came back around to make my purchases, and that was my third pipe that I picked up. Oh, I forgot to give a shout out to Sally, the pipe tart, too. Always good seeing you, Sally, this gal. She's a nice lady. She mostly has Italian estate pipes. And she's got her little kitty that she brings with her to every show, that's been to every show she's been at. But right next to her was a gal named Valiant Lady that I've been following on Facebook for a bit and drooling over some of her pipes that she posts. She has a lot of pipes from, very unique pipes from different vendors. And this one I picked up is from Ludovico Pipes. It's called Purple Haze. It's a very unique bamboo stem pipe with kind of like a shoe on the end. The plateau is actually what it sets on. But it's just a very unique pipe. Once again, I'll throw a picture in that I took in the nice bright sunlight. I was hoping to be out in the sun, but the wind's just too much here. I have not smoked this yet, but I think I know what I'm going to throw in here when it's time. And that one also came with a nice little pouch. a little card about the pipe and a letter with a wax stamp. This gentleman is from Brazil, Ludovico. Seems to be a very high quality pipe. And then another pipe I picked up from Valiant Lady. Is from Black Cat Pipes, which is, his name is Tran Thien V. He's from Vietnam. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. But this is horn pipe with a bamboo shank. Does have a briar insert in the center here, so you're not tweaking on the bamboo too hard when you're inserting and removing the stem. Get a little more light on this. Another gorgeous, gorgeous grain pipe. But this one, I love the shape of this, and I know exactly what I'm going to smoke in this one too. When the time comes, I'm just not sure how soon that's going to be. And that came with a little pipe stand, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's got his logo in there for Black Cat Pipes. And I saw a leather pouch with bird feather dangling on it. But haven't really talked much about this blend other than about the taste of it. I mean, as you could expect, it's got a lot of the pepper flavor to it. I'm smoking it quite slow, and as I said, I've had a couple other Periques before. The first time I retrohaled Bayou Morning, oh buddy, that pepper flavor in my nostrils, I thought I was gonna die. Nostrils got cleared out quite well. If you're not used to it, this one could probably burn your nose hairs out too. But I find it to be rather enjoyable. It's remarkably smooth for the amount of Perique it has. You know, I find it to be rather enjoyable. I know Rob, that was sitting next to me, he's not a big fan of Perique, so he didn't partake, but Frank on the other side of me, he had some, and he also thought it was quite good. And I'm pretty sure neither one of us were just trying to play lip service to Eric to make him feel good. But it's definitely a good blend. Wouldn't mind getting some more of this from them and selling it for a bit. I know Perique can mellow out over time, but Virginia flavors will get a little stronger. You do get a little bit of that lemongrass, citrus, and just a hint of dark fruit on the retrohale from the Virginia, but it's not easy to pick out, even for my, especially for my amateur tongue and palate. I'm only about 2.5 years into this. But I do find it to be rather enjoyable. But I'm going to wrap this up, but I'm not going to wrap it up because I'm going to throw in a slideshow of some of the pictures I took from the Columbus Pipe Show. there's a lot to take in. It can be a little overwhelming, but take it a little bit at a time and understand that you know, there's plenty of pipes out there, and if there's one that really calls to you and you missed it, then it wasn't meant for you, it was meant for somebody else. But with that being said, I want you to encourage y'all to be a better person today than you were yesterday. And to be a better person tomorrow than you were today. Smoking Fred, out.